The arena is loud, then suddenly quiet. One dribble changes everything. A defender thinks he has him locked up, but that's exactly when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander strikes. Because with Ska on the floor, basketball doesn't feel fast. It feels controlled, almost like time slows down for him alone. Every move is calculated. Every step has purpose. Every defender looks just a second late. And by the time you realize what happened, the ball is already going through the net. This isn't just scoring. This is mid-range domination, clutch control, and pure MVP level patience. And once he gets going, there is no stopping him. The first warning sign. It starts with something simple. A drive into the paint, a slight hesitation, defender reacts for half a second, and that's all he needs. Ska slips through traffic like water. No panic, no wasted movement, just smooth finishing off the glass. The crowd reacts late every time because it never looks rushed. It looks effortless. And that's when teams realize this is going to be a long night. The mid-range kill zone. Then he steps into his real territory. The elbow. Defenders try to crowd him, try to force him off balance, try to deny the pull-up, but Ska doesn't rush. He waits. One dribble, pause, defender still guessing, pull-up jumper, swish. It looks too easy. And that's the problem. Because when the mid-range becomes automatic, there is no defensive scheme left that works. You can't back off. You can't step up. You can't switch comfortably. Every option is wrong, and Ska knows it. Contact doesn't matter. One of the coldest parts of his game is how he absorbs contact. Defenders bump him in the lane, hands all over him, trying to disrupt rhythm, but he just keeps going. Shoulder bump, still finishes. Arm hit, still gets the shot off. Double team, still finds space. And then comes the whistle, and one. He walks to the line like it was planned from the beginning. Because for him, contact isn't a problem. It's part of the shot, the spin move that breaks defenses. Now the highlight reels start to stack. One possession stands out. Ska drives into the lane, looks trapped, then suddenly spins. Defender completely loses him. Left hand finish, smooth, clean, unbothered. It doesn't look explosive like other stars. It looks surgical, like he already knew exactly where the defense would be before it even moved. And that's the scary part. He's never really reacting. He's controlling the reaction. When the game gets tight, he gets better. Fourth quarter, score close, crowd on its feet, pressure rising. This is where most players rush decisions. Ska slows down. That's the difference. He dribbles at his own pace, waits for the defender to commit, then attacks instantly. Step back jumper, bang. Next possession, crossover into mid-range pull-up, swish. And suddenly the game feels different, not because of speed, but because of control. He doesn't panic when the game tightens. He becomes calmer, the 40-50 point domination mode. Then the scoring gets out of control. Bucket after bucket, mid-range, paint finish, free throws, step backs, floaters. Nothing looks forced. Everything looks like part of the system. He reaches 30, then 40, then beyond. In one of his biggest performances, Ska drops a 50-plus point masterclass, completely controlling the game from start to finish. But what makes it scary isn't the number, it's how calm it feels. No celebrations, no chaos, just business. Defenders start panicking. At this point, defenders adjust. They try tighter coverage. They try traps. They try switching matchups. But it doesn't matter, because Ska already sees it coming. One dribble. A slight hesitation. Then, sidestep. Defender reacts late again. Another jumper. Another bucket. And now the defense is chasing the game instead of stopping it. The mid-range assassin identity. Every superstar has a signature. LeBron slucks power. Curry slucks shooting range. Giannis slucks force. Ska, mid-range control. That in-between space becomes his weapon. Not too close. Not too far. Just perfect distance. And once he gets there, it's over. Defenders either give space and get hit, or step up and get blown by. There is no safe option. defense to offense transition. But Ska doesn't just score, he punishes mistakes instantly. One steal, fast break, defender backpedals, Ska slows down mid-transition, then finishes with a soft touch off the glass. No rush, no panic, just timing. And that's why he's so dangerous, because every mistake turns into points immediately. The slow kill style of dominance. What makes Ska unique is not highlight dunks or flashy dribbles, it's the slow kill. He doesn't explode on you once, he breaks you over time. Bucket, 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 until the defense is mentally exhausted. Then he finishes the game in the fourth quarter. That's why opponents look defeated even before the final buzzer. The clutch moment test. Final possession, game tied or down by 1. Everyone knows where the ball is going. Ska isolates at the top. Defender locks in. Crowd silent. One dribble, step back, swish. No emotion, no reaction, just a calm walk back. And that's when you realize this isn't just scoring. This is pressure mastery. Why he feels like AN MVP. Because MVPs don't just score a lot, they control the entire flow of the game. And Ska does exactly that. Elite mid-range efficiency, calm under pressure, strong finishing through contact, clutch shot making, defensive steals leading to buckets. Everything is balanced. Everything is controlled. Nothing is rushed. That's MVP basketball. Pure ice. Defender reaches. Ska spins, floats it up softly off the glass, and it drops. No celebration, just silence, because for him, this is normal. But for everyone watching, it's unstoppable basketball at its highest level. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander didn't just deliver highlights, he delivered a masterclass in control, patience, and clutch dominance. So the real question is Ska the most unstoppable mid-range scorer in the NBA right now? Comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more NBA Unreal and Hidden stories, MVP performances, and coldest highlight moments. Because trust me, when Ska gets in rhythm, the game already belongs to him.